What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and I'm back. Yeah, just wanted to say I had a great time at EUIC down in London. Powderman winning it all in the championships, bringing the spicy Shadow Wall Rain. The event itself was amazing and incredible. I got to cast with amazing casters. Amanda, Will, Pedro, and Leo. Had a blast with them. And overall, it reignited my love for the game, which has always been there, but you guys well know, as time goes on, things start to fade. And I want to apologize for not making a I'm going to take a break video. I should have done that, but ultimately I just went cold turkey. I went into hiding with my family, enjoyed a very peaceful winter, and yeah, I wanted to come back and make some videos. Kind of good timing, I guess, because it is the end of the season, so we get some fresh new stuff, hopefully, at the start of this season. And I'm bringing a spicy Pokemon today that I caught at Worlds, or not Worlds, EUIC, which was Stonjourner. Looks spicy. I wouldn't recommend this if you're trying to push, but my goodness, it was fun. It is a UK only Pokemon, I believe, and thankfully there was a few that spawned at the event with somewhat decent IVs, so I just rolled with that one. And then I'm running Jumpluff on the lead, and then a Shadow Drapion safe swap there, which is just so powerful these days, and I love it. So I hope you guys enjoy these battles. I'm not legend, right? I'm just starting to battle again right before the end of the season. If I make it to Ace, that would be great, but I don't think I'll get there in time. But that's okay. We're going to have some fun, see what Stonjourner is capable of, and I'm looking forward to the new season. So let's go ahead and get right into the battles. All right, getting into the first battle, we have Jumpluff on the lead versus Medicham. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad to see this Pokemon on the lead. Obviously, Jumpluff does very well in this matchup. I decided to be running with, and we see a swap into Trevenant, so I swap into the Shadow Drapion right here. This is a really nice matchup for us, especially since we're resisting everything, right? Even the potential spicy foul play on their side, but we can't take too many hits because Seed Bomb there, as you guys saw, still did a good amount of damage. Now on my Jumpluff, I am running Acrobatics because I love booms. Aerial Ace is more optimal, right? But the Acrobatics, it's me. I'm going to be booming, so we have that. Now, I'm going to have to shield here, give up my first Protect Shield on that Seed Bomb because I want to maintain positive switch advantage, right? I do not want Stonjourner against Medicham. And by the looks of it, there might be a flyer in the back, so maybe Stonjourner catches a Talonflame or something, but they decide to swap out, and they swap into a Swampert. So now Stonjourner definitely cannot go against any Pokemon on this team. We get a defense drop there as well. We're going to go for the Energy Ball just before a Hydro Cannon can come through. That way I can secure the knockout, and then Medicham is all that is left. There is still the Trevenant in the back. I'm gonna let this go. It's probably Ice Punch, and it is, so that's fine. We survive it, and then we have Acrobatics, which is really nice for situations like these because it does like 80% of their health, and now we can farm down with Fairy Wind. We have Stonjourner still, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to get to a charge move in time. This is where Aerial Ace would be really nice, but I'm going to let the Jumpluff go down. I'm going to swap into Stonjourner here. The swap didn't go through, unfortunately, and Stonjourner, look at those animations. Instead of rock throwing, it's literally rock kicking. I love it. One of my favorite things about Go Battle League is the unique attack animations that they have, and that one is beautiful. So good game to my opponent. All right, moving to the next one, we have Skarmory here on the lead. This is a terrible lead. I'm going to go into the Shadow Drapion right away, and they're deciding to stay in, which tells me maybe they don't have a great answer. So I'm going to opt to go for Aqua Tail here, because if they're deciding to stay in, maybe they give up a Protect Shield, and they do. This is perfect. Now I can safely shield myself, and I'm going to look to go for a Crunch, and then hopefully 2 Aqua Tails, and maybe we can get there in the end. So I'm going to go for the Crunch here. Obviously, I want to go for it now so I can try to get that defensive drop. It does quite a bit of neutral damage as well, and we get it to land, but now they're within Aqua Tail range, which is perfect. So we're going to go for this first one. They decide to give up a shield, and then I might just be able to get to the next one in time. Just squeezing it by right there in Shadow Drapion. does what it does best, puts so much pressure on the health and shields of your opponent. So we got the Skarmory out of the game. We have Jumpluff now on Greninja, which is an amazing matchup, right? Water Dark versus our Grass Flying with Fairy Wind. Night Slash as well doesn't do too much damage, but we see a swap out into Cresselia, so I'm going to load up on Energy, and then I'm going to swap to Stonjourner right here. I am likely going to get hit with the Grass Knot, which is fine. I think I can close this game out with a Jumpluff anyway, so I'm not going to give up a shield. We survive! And then I'm like, can I get to the stomp in time? And I do, so this is perfect. Now, this is by no means doing any damage, right? But any little chip damage right there is going to be enough, as I'm going to look to go for Acrobatics. I should have gone for it sooner because I overcapped on energy, but that's okay. As the Acrobatics here is going to land. It's not enough to knock out, unfortunately, so I got to go for the Energy Ball, but they swap out into Greninja. And this actually works out for me. I was kind of worried about Greninja getting to another Night Slash in time, but this is going to be fine. We get to the double Energy Ball, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. And yeah, Jumpluff and Shadow Drapion, right, are carrying this team overall. Stonjourner is going to have its moments. It's something spicy and fun, but I think the greatest thing about Stonjourner is that fast move animation, right? I love it. If you guys love football, for those that are in Europe, or soccer if you're in the States, actually football down South America as well, right? Now, game 3, we have something very scary. We have a Poliwrath safe swap into Scrafty. Aerial Ace is so dominant for this team right now because they led with a fighter and then they safe swapped a fighter when leading against a Jumpluff. I would love to have Aerial Ace right here, but unfortunately I don't. And unfortunately for me, Stonjourner looks like it's never going to get any play because their whole team might be triple fighters. I wouldn't bet against that. There might be Vigoroth in the back or something. But it's actually Greninja, so I definitely cannot be beating this team. I'm going to swap into the Shadow Drapion. Obviously, my Jumpluff has to carry me this whole game, so I just need to soak energy right here. So I'm going to let the Hydro Cannon go through. I don't care. I'll go for the, I think I went for the Crunch here, hoping maybe for the defense drop so I can kind of farm down a bit quicker with Fairy Wind. We get a shield regardless. Now, I did emphasize at the beginning, I am not anywhere close to Legend. So we'll see how this still goes. As now we're going to come in with Jumpluff. I'm going to try, or Stonjourner I should say. I'm going to try to do as much fast move damage as possible, but ultimately it's just soaking damage, right, from the Greninja. As the Hydro Cannons will definitely, boom, definitely hurt. And now we can go for Energy Ball right here. I could have potentially just fully farmed down with Fairy Wind in that situation, but we got a shield anyways, and we got the defense drop, so I can easily give up one protect shield here. Jumpluff being that flying and grass typing, right, we resist the bubbles, we resist the counters, and they have no shields left. So this is looking pretty good for us. We're going to go for double Energy Ball. I think I could have gotten away with one Acrobatics and a farm down, but I wanted to just play it a bit safer and go for the double Energy Balls right here. Aerial Ace, again, would have been a great option if you guys are looking to build yourself a Jumpluff. It's been pretty strong for quite a while, and Aerial Ace Energy Ball is the optimal moveset after that update. Acrobatics is Legacy, to my knowledge. I don't have that over there, so hopefully you didn't TM into it, but good game to my opponent. All right, moving to the next one, Shadow Gliscor. This is another tough one, right? We're going to swap right away into Shadow Drapion, and we're going to look to go for these Aqua Tails. Now, this was a bit quick, and I thought there's no way that's Earthquake, so I'm going to let it go, but it was Sand Tomb, and that makes a lot of sense. So, delicious meal deal awaits for me from Deliveroo. I used Deliveroo all weekend while at EUIC. Got myself some much-needed Chipotle. If you guys love that, Chipotle is down in London, which is great. But Aqua Tails right here, getting both Protect Shields from the Shadow Gliscor, which is really nice. I'm going to look to come in with Jumpluff and then try to go for an Energy Ball to knock out the Gliscor. And I'm guessing they might try to bait me with Sand Attack here, because I know they have Aerial Ace, so I'm just going to let this go, and they sure enough did. Now, I decide to no-shield this next one, thinking, okay, wait, are they just going to double debuff me? No, they're not. They go straight for the Aerial Ace. I should have shielded that, and now we're going to be going for Energy Ball here. So I'm in a very dicey situation. If they have any sort of answer for Stonjourner, I'm cooked. And it's a Vigoroth, and I'm like, oh man, can I even come back from this game? We're going to have to shield here. Stonjourner still doing neutral damage, thankfully, and it was Brick Break. And we got our defense dropped as well. And I'm going to get to the Stone Edge just in time. This is the first time, ladies and gentlemen, that Stonjourner, boom, takes out a pseudo fighter. And it's Decidueye in the back with Magical Leaf, I believe. And we go for the acrobatics on such low health here with the jump lift. So not only does Stonjourner take out a Vigoroth, but acrobatics, boom, takes out the Decidueye. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Alright, moving to the next one. We have Azumarill on the lead. So Azumarill, top meta right now, has Ice Beam, Play Rough, Bubble. I mean, our whole team can do decent against it. The Stonjourner, though, those bubbles are really going to be adding up. As for Jumpluff, it's that Ice Beam, so I'm going to go ahead and shield. And then look to go for Energy Balls, and then maybe try to swap into the Shadow Drapion here in the mid-game. But they decide to give a Protect Shield right there. So actually I'm going to look to stay in. I'm going to go for another Energy Ball. And then maybe I try to catch the Ice Beam on the Shadow Drapion. As it's still going to do a lot. But yeah, we're going to look to swap right here and we catch it. So this is really nice. It's still going to do a lot here. But I have a feeling maybe I need to keep my Jumpluff alive. Now we're in a good position to overload on energy. They swap in Altaria. So Stonjourner really has a target now. And we can go for crunches as it does quite a bit of neutral damage. We get the defense drop as well. This is huge. I'm going to go for another one here. And if they let this go, I honestly think we farm down because the defense drop with the damage is just over. We get double defense drop. Stonjourner, come on in. We get to kick our way through this Altaria. It got a Vigoroth in last game. It's got the Altaria in this game. And this is going to be, I believe, Dragon Pulse here. Does a good amount of damage, but Stonjourner hangs on like a champ. And now we have the 1-0 shields against the Azumarill, which already threw the Ice Beam. So we're going to swap out into Jumpluff here. And we're going to try to get to it, but unfortunately they had just enough. I'm going to shield. I'm going to look to overload a bit, but I don't know if I can actually farm down with Fairy Wind in time. Now looking at that, I think I could have got it. I think I could have got it, but I didn't want to risk it too much for that biscuit. So we go for the Energy Ball here to just make sure we knock out the Azumarill. But the final Pokemon is a Registeel with Metal Claw. Are you kidding me? Mind you, Metal Claw is super effective against Stonjourner as well as a fast move, so this is not looking good. Registeel has my number. We go for acrobatics here, and I don't think there's a win condition. I think the only way I could potentially win is if they don't throw Zap Cannon. If they have like Focus Blast, which they do, I'm like, okay, but Metal Claws are adding up. That is what's hurting us right now. As you guys can see, I won't be able to survive to a third charge move on Jumpluff. So now I got to put all the weight on Stonjourner here. And maybe I should have swapped into Stonjourner sooner. That's what I'm looking at. I should have swapped into Stonjourner sooner because I could have gotten the Stomp off and maybe we survive. Yeah, with the Stomp damage, I think we win right there. But good game to my opponent. Registeel with Metal Claw took me by surprise. Alright, we got the Pancake here on the lead, the Unova Stunfisk, which actually made an appearance into day 2, I believe. And we do have a Hypno safe swap, so we're going to bring in that Shadow Drapion right away. And we're just going to keep loading up on energy. These crunches are going to be dominating. I'm just going to see what moveset they have. And it's going to be Thunder Punch, which is fine. Lots of neutral damage. So they didn't show if they have Ice Punch right there, but I don't think it really matters because we're just going to go for hard switch advantage because I can easily aggressively farm down here with a single shield as we want to have those Aqua Tails ready for the Unova Stunfisk. Now the Stunfisk coming in, we're going to have to go for the Aqua Tail right away. They do have enough for Mud Bomb, I believe, or they're getting very close. So I want to make sure I at least get one Aqua Tail off to return some damage. But thankfully, they didn't throw or just not have enough energy. So I'm going for a second Aqua Tail here, which does even up the shields while maintaining switch advantage for me and 50% HP. So this is triple win on my side, as we can keep it away from Stonjourner, and we have the energy ball locked and loaded now for the Stunfisk, as this is going to be doing quite a bit of boom, super effective damage. And the final Pokemon is an Alolan Ninetales. You love to see it. We're kicking our way home right here, and our opponent knows it. Look at these animations. Yeah, just get it out of there. Good game. All right, moving into the final battle, I believe. Yeah, Shiny Steelix on the lead. Tauntaun Batuse this weekend, and Emmy Weedle actually piloted Steelix very, very well in this meta, which was really cool to see, but they were with Thunderfang, I believe, as the fast move instead of Dragon Tail. So Breaking Swipe here does land, and it gets the attack drop on me, which is horrible. I'm going to be going for energy balls right now, hoping to do some nice chip damage, and we get a shield. I'm like, all right, so what I'll do here, we get a defense drop as well. Like, everything's hitting for us right now. What we're going to do is let this next Breaking Swipe go through in case it debuffs us. And then we're going to swap into Shadow Drapion, but they swap into Pelipper, and I could have had a free Stonjourner swap in. So now I'm going to have to shield the Weather Ball. I think I can overload on energy. I want to do a similar situation of the last match where I took out the mid-game opponent, had tons of energy on the back end, which is where Shadow Drapion shines. We get a defense drop there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give up a shield. Weather Ball would do a lot here, right? I want to make sure I have plenty of health because it forces whatever comes in to throw energy to take out the Shadow Drapion in most situations. And we do see a Whiscash here on the lead. So this is kind of tough because Whiscash can do very well against the Stonjourner. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Aqua Tails. I'm thinking about how can I get myself out of this match. I'm going to probably have to load up and go for an Aqua Tail once again. And if they decide to shield, I'm going to fast swap into the Jumpluff here and go for the combo and go for Energy Ball, which now frees up my Stonjourner, but Stonjourner does like nothing to Steelix. If anything, it's healing it with its damage. And Energy Ball here, unfortunately, is only neutral, and it's not that much damage against a Steelix. So Breaking Swipe, we do survive. We get attack dropped there as well again. And so this, unfortunately, does significantly less damage than I was hoping for. And now we're going to come in with Stonjourner and do our best. Now, if they have Earthquake, so be it, but most likely they have Psychic Fangs or Crunch. And this was pretty quick. I don't think this is, I think this is just going to be Breaking Swipe. So now we get attack dropped as well. I'm like, has there been a move that hasn't gotten a debuff yet in this match? Like, it's pretty significant how many debuffs have come through. If I get debuffed again, something's up, and I get debuffed again. I'm like, there's no way this Steelix hit all of those. I go for the Stone Edge right here, but think about that. I think almost every single move in that match debuffed in some way. Is there something going on with Go Battle League? I don't know. Maybe it's time to run Steelix if that's the case, but good game overall. This team, again, just something fun and spicy. Obviously, you guys know Jumpluff's good, Shadow Drapion's good. You guys can build around those Pokemon. Stonjourner, you're not really missing anything if you're not in the UK, but then again, future updates could make this thing super meta for some reason. And if that day comes, I'm going to be happy because I have one built. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Looking forward to the new season, so we'll see if there's any good updates there. And like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.